Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a while since I've actually done a vlog style video, so here I am, 2021. I've done some recent YouTube video uploads. You've probably seen them if you're already a subscriber. So I've done some off-roading, met with a few local guys through a Facebook group, a local Facebook group here in Bristol. So I've already met a couple of them, really nice guys. Looking forward to some bigger future rides with the guys. So, Onewheel Pint, here we are. At this moment in time, I think I've done around 1,200 miles. So yeah, got plenty of mileage. That's in just under a year. And the funny thing is, I'm actually now upgrading to a Onewheel XR, a Plus XR, literally an entire year after owning the Pint, from the same guys that sold me my Onewheel Pint. So that's pretty nice. The whole reason for the upgrade is simply because better off-road capabilities and also faster speed and better range. That's basically the three key reasons for buying the Plus XR. Now, I will keep the Onewheel Pint simply because it's got better carvability, which makes it great for inner city riding. But what I aim to do is upgrade the battery on the Onewheel Pint through the guys over at Pink Oak. So if you haven't heard of Pink Oak, go and check them out. Those guys are awesome. If you're looking to do anything like bearing upgrades, battery upgrades, the guys at Pink Oak can do it for you. So certainly check them out. I'll leave a link in the description of this video so you can check out their website. But essentially the quartz battery will give this Pint a range around 12 to 15 miles, which is good because at the moment this thing is getting about 7 to 8 miles. So basically over double the range with the battery upgrade. And what's awesome is the new battery doesn't even require any internal housing modifications. So I just basically open up the housing, pop the new battery in, and job's done. So the great thing about having the range of the XR and the Onewheel Pints with the battery upgrade is that if I lend the board to somebody else, they can come along on a ride with me. But the main reason behind it really is to get my son to use the Onewheel Pint. It's a smaller board. He's only 9 years old. Well, he'll be 9 years old this July. And my aim is to get him used to the one wheel as fast as possible. Just get him riding on a daily basis so I can improve his coordination on the board. And we can go out, as father and son, as on rides together. That'll be pretty awesome. So I've actually upgraded the tyre on the Onewheel as well. Around the 1,000 mile mark, I actually managed to puncture my tyre. Totally sucked because I was planning on going on a long ride and it felt and sounded like the tyre was making more contact with the ground. So when I jumped off the board and had a look, sure enough, the tyre was punctured. So I had to catch an Uber to go home. It was quite embarrassing. But the new tyre is a Burris S22 compound tyre. This was also purchased through the guys over at Craft and Ride. Now this is a go-kart racing tyre. It's a high-performance tyre, and it's a real bitch to replace the tyre on the Onewheel Pint. I watched plenty of videos on YouTube, even from the likes of Jeff McCosker. Those guys made it look so easy by using like a 2x4 and using their knees and their body weight, but for whatever reason I could not get this new Burris tyre to sit on the wheel. It took, I kid you not, you can laugh all you want, guys, but it actually took me 5 to 6 hours to replace the tyre. And by the end of the day, I was swearing like crazy. I was cursing like pretty much every curse word imaginable I must have said on that day. And I was also using metal tools, so I managed to damage the paintwork on the wheel. So a lot of the paint has flaked off, but it is what it is. You live and learn. Also, the funny thing is the tyre comes with a sticker saying, do not inflate to more than 35 psi. That's absolutely bullshit, because in order for me to set the bead on this thing, I had to inflate the tyre to 65 psi. If you look at the reviews on Craft and Ride and other places, everyone mentions the same thing. You need to inflate the tyre to quite a high psi in order to hear that pop and get the bead to set. So yeah, around 65 psi, I just heard a really loud pop, and sure enough, the tyre set it, or the bead had set. So this particular ride isn't anything special. This is basically one of those rides for me to get my mileage in. This is just before sunset, and it was a dry day, and quite warm as well actually. Just a really nice pleasant day as the weather is now picking up and the coronavirus lockdown restrictions are now easing. I'm hoping to get a lot more rides in. Hopefully the future videos on my channel will feature a lot more riders, me and other riders together, just going out on larger group rides. But yeah, I mean this kind of update was a long time coming, so I wanted to give you guys an update as to where I am right now in my one-wheel journey. Another thing I forgot to mention is I'm actually using the one-tail, I'm actually using the one-tail extreme footpad from the guys over at Craft and Ride. And this footpad is a concave footpad. This one here specifically is designed for regular riders as opposed to goofy, and this has made a world of difference. I mean, it allows me to stay locked in place, very, very high grip, and 0 foot fatigue. I mean, if I did like really long rides, the ball of my rear foot would get tired. I would have to jump off the board, readjust, and jump back on again. But now it's just, yeah, it's made a lot of difference. Definitely makes me feel more confident on the board, especially when I'm doing deep carves on the board. So you can actually see in this video, if you pay close attention, you'll see the float plate is actually rattling, so it's not secure properly. It's basically where I've torqued the screws too much and they've gone through the float plate, and I'm not even using the sticky pads. But I've now fixed that. I've basically applied the adhesives on the one-wheel float plate up against the board. So now the float plate's now secure. But yeah, definitely a lot more confident now on the Onewheel Pint. Looking forward to the Plus XR this weekend, and I'll be uploading videos of that, no doubt. I've still yet to curb nudge. I can curb bonk. So in one of my previous videos, I thought what I was doing was curb nudging, but I wasn't. One of you guys kindly let me know that what I was doing actually was a bonk. And sure enough, when I watched that video again and watched other videos of what a bonk actually is, I was actually just bonking that curb. So yeah, curb nudging. I've yet to tackle hitting a fairly big curb face on. Just need to get the confidence to do it, and I'll definitely be tackling that with the XR when that comes. Definitely a more durable board, I reckon. So I'll be doing it with the XR when that arrives. But it's definitely something I want to get into. I mean, again, like I said in my previous videos, it's not something that I would be doing on a day-to-day basis, curb nudging. I mean, if I was to use my one wheel to commute, and there was a lot of busy traffic on the roads, I wouldn't use a curb nudge, because that one time out of 10, if I fail to curb nudge and land back in the road with traffic behind me, that could be quite fatal. So yeah, flight fins would definitely help, but I'm not a fan of sticking things on the fender. To me, it just ruins the look of the one wheel, and I just don't like having anything around the footpads when I'm riding. So yeah, just about approaching my area now. So yeah, I'm just going to finish up the video here. But that was the update from me, guys. I will update you guys again when I've got my XR. I'll speak to you soon, guys.